Hello, hello. I'm gonna tag a few people while I'm waiting. Hello, hello. Let me know when you're there. We got 4 people here. Hi. For once, you're still up. Yay. Looks like we have a few more people on there if they want to say hi. That would be grand. Hello, Brenda. All right, looky, looky, we got 6 people on here. So, tonight I thought that we would play with this new stamp set. It's not really new, but it's new again because it's back in the shop. It sold out pretty fast when it came out, and it's super duper cute. And I saw a lot of people color this precious little Pegasus in white, but I'm going to do it in black tonight. So we're going to have a black Pegasus tonight. And it comes with the dies if you buy the dies too. You don't have to. You can buy them separately. But anyway, so we got to stamp this little gal right here. I call it a girl because we're going to color it with some bright, bright colors. Hi, Brenda. Well, we had 4 people or 6 people, and now we have 2. So I hope we're not losing our people. I thought this would be fun to color. I hope they come back. Okay, so just going to put this on here, kind of in the middle of the page, because maybe we'll do a background for it or cut it out, or I don't know, I haven't decided. And we'll probably do that tomorrow night, but tonight we're going to color it. Okay, so I have my Memento ink, woohoo, with the happy face. That means it's the new one. Yay! So at least I know it'll work because it's new. I have 3 other ones that are all out of ink and haven't been able to get any ink for them. Any refills? Everybody, oops, earthquake. Everybody's been sold out on the refills. Yeah, okay. This looks really good, but I missed the little ear a little bit. Right up there, just a little bit. But it's okay. We can fix that with the multi-liner. So I'm going to clean my stamp real quick with I'm going to actually take it off the table so that I don't give you guys an earthquake. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Glad to see you back tonight. My regular gals. So I'm just going to put this back on here real quick. I like them to be back on there exactly where they were when I got them. I'm pretty good tonight. How are you? I thought it would be fun to do this sweet little Pegasus. Although, because I like to color different. I like my tongue tied tonight. I like to do it different than everybody else. So we're going to color this Pegasus black tonight instead of the white color that most people use. So I thought that would give it a different look and just be something different. And then I'm going to surprise you guys with how we're going to color the hair. So I'm pretty excited about this because it's a little out of my comfort zone, which you know I like to do with you guys because there's no judgment. Let's get our little tool here. Okay, so we're going to actually start, since the Pegasus is going to be black, I'm going to actually start by coloring the hair first because I want to do it in a rainbow-ish style. So this is definitely different than I normally do, but we're going to start with RV00. We're going to roll into YR000. So this is going to be all different colors. So this is definitely a different theory than what we normally do. Y00, G00, BG01, and then we'll follow that up with BV00. So we actually have 6 in this color blend, just because I want to do the rainbow type effect, and instead of using 3 colors for each one of the rainbow tones, we're only going to use 1. And I've already tested that these colors will blend really well together, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with pink. So RV00, which is actually called Water Lily, but you know, it is what it is. So we're going to start up here. It's going to be really light, but the offset of that black Pegasus is really going to make this look good. So we're going to start with our RV00. And then we're going to go into our YR000. How's everyone doing tonight? It is a cute stamp. I love this stamp. Hi, Mom. So I'm going to go in with my YR00, kind of overlapping a little bit on that pink with this orange. And see how well they go together? They just mesh so nicely. So I'm going to go back to my RV00. This is going to be a lot of switching of colors tonight, just to deepen that pink just a little bit. We're going to switch back and forth between these colors quite a bit. Y00. I'm going to go just a little bit further on that Y00, and I'm going to come back in now with my YR000, which is the color I used before that. I didn't realize how many times I was going to have to say 0 tonight for this for this color blend. But I'm going to go back in just a little bit here. Blend those together while they're wet. I might not even put the caps in the holder tonight because they sure aren't staying there long, are they? Okay, moving on to our G00. This one is going to be quite different than our yellow, but it is all okay. Now we have to come back with the Y00 and blend those two together so we can get rid of that harsh line that we had there. Can you guys see that pretty good? I think I'm zoomed in pretty good, but look at how well those blend really nicely. Now we're going to jump to the BG01. This is the lightest I ever colored, but I wanted to try it just because I thought it would look really, really nice. You like that color combo? That's the kind of rainbow color combo I do, which is significantly different from Jamie's. G00. So one step forward, one step back. We want to blend that together pretty good. Nicely done there. And then we're going to hop in with our BV00, which is our purple tone. And I'm going to do this one the opposite way because I'm at the end of the hair. So now I have to go back to my B. Hi. BG01. And smooth this out here. Just a little bit more right there and right here. Okay, so that gives us a really smooth blend. I think the Y00 needs to be hit one more time just because I can see a little bit of that line in there. So I'm just going to go in there and touch it just a teeny bit more to really blend those two together. So now we have this really soft pastel color, which I really love. So we're going to do the same thing with the tail, but this time I'm going to start with the purple on this end and bring it out to the pink. So we're going to go backwards on all the colors that we used. So here's our BV00 that we're going to start with. It's so soft. I really like it. I'm going to let it dry a little bit so we can go over it on the edges one more time, which will darken it just a little bit. And give it that shadow look that we're missing because we're only using one marker for each color. Back to the purple. So we can blend that into our blue. Then we're going to go to our green, which is our G00. This is a lot of switching of markers. Back to our BG01. So I go one step forward, one step back, and then I jump to the next color. This one though, the blue and the green, we're going to have to do the green one more time. Right here. Just to make those blend together. So that looks really good. I'm super happy with that. Now, we're going to pull in our yellow. So Y00. This one seems to take really well with the green. So I won't even have to go back over that. Hey Jamie, we're doing sort of a rainbow, kind of in pastel colors, jumping out of that comfort zone. YR000. I know, right? Pastel rainbow. Go figure that. Okay, back with the yellow, the Y00 again. Just to smooth out that transition between the two. And then on to the pink. And since it's the last color up at the top, I'm going to come from the other direction. You can tell I'm touching this very lightly because I even missed the paper the first time. So now while I have the pink out, I'm going to go back in now that this is dry. And I'm just going to deepen the edge. Just the edge, just a little bit. Who are you? What have you done with my bestie? Hey, I'm trying to do new stuff. Give everybody new ideas. YR00. And I'm really just touching these areas again just to deepen that color and kind of give it that shadow look. Then Y00, I warned everybody I was going to be switching between these markers quite a bit. Back and forth, back and forth. And my G00. I didn't take both caps off right now because I haven't, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to have the cap off that long enough for it to do any bleeding or anything. And then the BG01, touching it really, really lightly to kind of blend that color. Really lightly. Going to darken that up a little bit. Yeah, it's coming out pretty smooth. I like it. BV00. I've done this once before, like a long time ago with some other image I was coloring. And I really liked it. So trying to figure out what it was a little challenging tonight that I had originally used, but I figured it out. Now coming back in, giving a little bit of texture with this color. So it's the same color I used. You think it's my skills? Using the same color that I used the last time. It's just that if I allowed it to dry, it's darker when I put it on the next time. And I'm just touching the outsides of it where the artist draw lines are. Just to kind of put in a little bit of shadowing in there. It's not a lot, a little bit hard to tell on camera, but that's what we're doing. Just a little bit going on in there. And then Y00, this looks like it could use a little help, so I'm going to just touch it real quick. Making it kind of gives me my green in there that I need. My YR000, just going to darken the use of that one. And then the last one is RV00. I'm just going to put me a few brush strokes in here just to darken the tip of that tail. So that's the Easy Sandy Rainbow. What do you think of that? Do you like that? Because it sure looks pretty from here. And that was only using 6 markers. I didn't even need to use 3 times that many. Ha ha ha. So I originally was going to use 2 of each, but I changed my mind and decided to just go with 1 of each color. So I'm choosing to do the eyes and the hooves. Hooves? I'm not really sure how you would say that, but I'm going to use these two colors, BG 18 and 16. Only using two. Not using that many colors tonight, so that's super cool. Time to go to bed. Thanks for stopping by. Good night. Okay, so I'm going to put the really dark around the top and a little bit around the bottom, but thicker at the top. Then I'm going to come in with BG 16. Just make that eye look really bright. Going to come in with the B18 one more time just to darken the top part. And the B16 to soften that up a little bit. And then we're going to go in with the G00, which we used. You're not the only one that goes to bed early. Hey, it might be a different time zone for her. So I'm going to use this G00 just to brighten up this the bottom of this eye a little bit. And I'll hold that up so you can really see that. So see how it kind of brightens that up? So when I put the white for the little pupil, it'll be really pretty. I'm also trying to stick with these same colors. Early to rise. Well, I guess that's why I'm not wealthy. I'm going to use the RV00 for the mouth just because it'll match the rest of them. And a little bit in here in the ear. So kind of sticking with those same colors, showing you don't have to use a whole bunch of colors just to color some an image. So I'm trying to keep the colors down. That's my challenge for tonight. I'm going to use B18 to do the little hooves. So I'm going to do the bottom of them and the sides and really thin line around the top. I'm going to do that on each one of them. So in the corner, around the bottom, and then just the separation from the horse to the hoof. Same thing on this one. Kind of following that same thing. Use them all. I do use them all, but not everyone has them all, so I thought, well, maybe I'd show how you could use what you have. B16. Showing that you can make it look beautiful even with less colors. Now, I bet, Jamie, if you did this rainbow, you would use a ton of colors and it would look absolutely stunning. There we go. This is definitely a magical Pegasus. Yep, every now and then just using minimal amount of jumping on real quick. What do you think? Hey, Jen. Okay, so now we're going to go to our black for the horse. Thank you. I wanted to do the horse black, which is why I had to challenge myself for such a pastel color on the mane and tail. So I'm starting with C8, going to C7, C6, 5, and 4. So using the C's tonight, that's the cools. So C8 is what we're going to start with. And we're going to do all of the Pegasus and then this part of his wings. And then we'll do something different with the other part of his wings. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in where I missed with my Memento. So I'm just filling in the line that was too light when I used the Memento, but I knew I could fix it with the marker. We did get our flights booked. Yes, we did. We're coming. We were coming anyway, but now we have airline tickets. Okay, so I'm going to do up here real close to the hair. So I don't want to, I have to be real careful because I don't want to get any in the hair. So I'm just going to focus on sections, and I'm going to do the head first. So we'll definitely move these colors back and forth between these colors a bunch of times as well. Yep, so we don't have to make you go to the airport a whole bunch of times. Just one time, you get us both. One time, it drop us both off. This works out perfectly. So now he looks like he got food all over his mouth or something. Or she. Going a little bit around the nose. A little bit under the chin. And cheekbones. And then I'm going to switch to my C6. This one is the middle in my combo, so I'm going to use this one a little bit more. Smooth out that transition there. I don't want to do inside that little nostril until I get to a much lighter color. I do want to show this eye to stand out though, so I'm going to go around it with this darker color. C5 is next. So now we have a pretty funny looking horse. And the reprints for the honey bowls and the Copic holders just finished, so I will be going to the post office tonight. Yes, I know it will be late, but I'm doing it. C4, I'm committed. Because if I don't, I'll get busy in the morning and then they won't go out till the next day, and I'm not okay with that, so. Just using this C4 to lighten it up and blend it in a little bit. So now we have a really smooth looking little face. Brown, yeah. And now I'm going to use this lightest color to color in the little nostrils. And the whole time I did that, I forgot the ears. So now I have to go back to the ears. So here's my C7. Because we started with the darkest one and already used that. So now this is the second one. C6. C5. Now with this C5, I'm going to start going up around here because I don't want this ear to stand out like a sore thumb. And C4 will smooth it all together. So there's a little bit of pink in there. It's a little bit lighter. And it's just the way I like it. So back to my C8 so that I can start going down the horse. I'm probably going to go about halfway, and then I'm going to stop. So I will have to work on blending that together because I'm doing this in sections. Well, it's quiet in the Ledoux house tonight. Not really liking how this marker's behaving right now. I got something stuck on the nib too. I could see it. It was a fuzzy. Just going to start darkening these areas. No, he's not now. He's been working all day, and he finished all the printing. Those 2 printers have been running all day long. They've been very noisy and very busy. He told me right before I started the live, I'm going to be done in 10 minutes. So my guess is he's out on the PlayStation. That would be my guess. In the living room. His PlayStation is not in the game room. Okay, we're going to start pulling this color out, this darkest color. Extending it out. Imagine this guy up in the clouds, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Maybe we can do a cloud background tomorrow night with this little guy. Clouds, sky. I think that would be super cute. C6. Starting to blend that up a little bit, but not too far because I don't want it to be too dark. Just getting him colored in a bit. Oh, you like watching it in sections? Sometimes I like to do it in sections. It kind of shows how you can blend those colors together as they dry. To show that you can do it. You can do it. I'm going to leave a little bit of this leg open for the last color because the light would shine more on it because it's sticking out. Starting to get into the blacks that start fading your color out, so I don't want to do that over too much of it. So C4, this is where we're just going to make sure that this all blends really well together. We'll see how that looks when it dries. And if we need to hit it again, we can. There we go. This one will also give it a little bit of that texture look to it. This C4. Now back to the dark colors. It is a large image for me to do in sections. Okay, so C8 again. And I'm really unhappy with the C8 right now. I wonder if it just needs juice. It's misbehaving a little bit. And that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Quiet Jack. He's been snoring most of the night while I was trying to watch movies. Dog snoring. Yeah, it does look like it's dipped in soot. I like that color. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go down this arm or leg or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to come down this one, right next to his hoof. don't know, they call those knuckles right there. That's what it makes me think of, a knuckle. Good night, Jen. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Hey, Jamie, is Ellen here? She would like this, I think. C7. Looks like my horse is darker here than it is up at the top, but it won't. When I get done, it'll match. I promise. She's usually here, so I wasn't sure if she just missed it or... And I didn't want to tell you to tag her if she's already here. Nobody's talking. I can't really tell if my regulars are here or not. I see a few people here, but they're not chit-chatting tonight. C6 is next. This is where we can start meshing those colors together so they blend out smoothly. Yes, Cheryl is here and Brenda is here. I knew they were here. They are on it. I'm super happy about that. And Michelle, is it Michelle? Michelle is here. I remember seeing her name come up too. So this is my middle one, my middle color. So using it a little bit more of it than I did of the other ones. Not Michelle Milligan, not Michelle Brownstein. I haven't seen her, and I didn't tag her, so. But Michelle M is here. She is a night owl too. Okay, so we're gonna hit this just one more time to kind of smooth out that transition between the two. Gonna put just a little bit here, just to keep that transition pretty smooth. Extending out from where I colored before, smoothing out my lines. This is my second to the last color, so I have one more color to use, but remember, it'll kind of wash out and give it that texture, so I don't want to leave too much space open for that last color because I don't want to wash out my dark. But I am going to leave some little spots. So see, it's coming together even though Linda is watching. Even though, and it's late for her, even though I'm doing it in sections, you're still able to smooth out those enough to, you can't tell where I stopped and started. That definitely takes a little bit of practice to do, but once you play around with it a little bit, you can get it and you can do it too. Just remember what I said as we were doing it. We're going to do it one more time, or two more times actually. And so you'll be able to pick up on what that little tip is. So see, looking so pretty. That is awesome, Sweet Sentiment paper. That is for sure. Hi, Cameron. We are coloring the Black Pegasus tonight. Okay, so I'm going to keep going down this leg first, and then we'll do the back leg. Just going to do them in sections. Sometimes I have to be really careful because I look here and I think that's my back leg and it's not, and I don't want to color it by mistake. Would she? She's so sweet. She would like the Rainbow Pegasus. Yes, you do, about sequins. I know you just love the way I say that. Is that why you typed that in there? Nice. Another list of other items. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I have been coloring a lot tonight. C6. So now this is the one where I'm going to kind of start trying to blend those transition spots. So you won't be able to tell, because right now you can tell there's a pretty dark line right there. But we're going to fix that as we go with the lighter colors. I don't think Angela's here either. There's a few people out tonight. What's so fancy about Tuesday night? Did I do a live earlier? Jamie did a live this morning. I did not do one earlier. I haven't done one since we did last night. Last night was super fun. Our little zoo scene. So this is my second to my last color. So remember, I'm not going to leave too much open. But I will do a little blending with that other one. Yep. I'm the night owl. Jamie's the morning bird, the early bird. And I'm the night owl. C4 is the last one, so you know we've repeated these colors a few times tonight. Our transition looks pretty good up here. I'm going to kind of lighten this up just a little bit. So it looks like some more lights hitting it. Oh, I didn't do a live. I have been doing lots of coloring, but I did not do a live earlier. I have been coloring most of the day and night, though. I needed to catch up on some stuff. Oh, thank you, Jamie. That's because I've been coloring all day, probably. I couldn't do a live with the stuff I was coloring with earlier because I'm coloring ahead for, you know, stuff you guys haven't seen yet. And I'm not allowed to show you yet. So, yeah, I couldn't share that one. C8 again. Now we're going to do this back leg here. Yeah, these blends are working out very nicely. Some smooth blends with less markers than I usually use. Still on a 5-color blend on the black, but the other ones, not a 5-color blend. C7 is next. Isn't this, oh, this Pegasus in black. I love this Pegasus in black. I'm going to leave it a little darker up there because the body is shadowing that one. So this particular leg might not get much, if any at all, of the C4 because it's behind everything. C6. Hi, honey. You were asking if you were working tonight. I said, no, he's been working all day long.
Yeah, I'm at that point again where I need to hammer holes.
Oh, I love this stamp too, and I love it a lot with this pretty. Once I did it with like a cotton candy look to it, which I really liked, the pink and blue. I like cotton candy. Cotton candy itself, cotton candy ice cream, love it all. All the cotton candy things make me happy. There we go. So now we got super smooth blend, and I'm even going to hold that up so you guys can see it. So you can see that you can't see the transition marks between the sections that I did. It worked out really good. Okay, so this part of his wings, I'm going to do black. So I'm going to keep going with starting with the C8, following the same type of procedure I've been going through. But with this one, I'm going to try to leave some feather looks. So I'm going to leave these brush strokes in here kind of long. So I want this to look a little bit feather-ish, if you will. Feather-ish, is that even a word? I do not know. I'm also going to do it on these ones, these little ones here, because I want to leave some of that feather look throughout the wing. So we have that one. Thank you. Oh, you guys like it. Yay! Going to do the same thing with this one. And this one. I'm going to do a few little strokes from there. This one comes down a little bit like that. Just giving it a little bit of texture and a little bit of style in there. Oh, I need to clean that marker. It's hard to close. Told you that C8's being a bad marker tonight. C7, I'm not going to do a whole lot of this one because it's not much different than the other one. So I want my little brush strokes to be really skinny. So I'm holding the marker really upright because I really want those little skinny strokes in there. Just extending out those little strokes more, but making them teeny tiny little bitty brush strokes. And then this one, little bitty ones as well. So see, that way, when we fill that in, you'll still be able to see those little feather looks to it. So C6 is the next one, and it's the true color. So I'm gonna do a little bit of back and forth on that one. Kind of get those to look like feathers. That's my goal. There we go. See? Looking cool, huh? Hi, Holly. Hi, Holly. It's been a while since I've seen you on my live. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, C5. This is the one that I'm going to fill most of it in because I don't really want to use the C4 because the C4 is going to blend that all in, and I want to leave them looking like the feather strokes. So I'm just using this C5 very, very lightly in the back and forth brush strokes. There we go. So now they look like feathers. Yeah, I'm still feeling like I'm feeling a little messed up from the time zone. I've been having a hard time getting up in the morning, having a hard time falling asleep at night. So yeah, it's been pretty tough for me as well. Okay, so now I'm finished with those black colors for now. And for these feathery pieces in the back, I'm going to use really, really light colors. So I'm going to use C1 and C000. So, because I'm going to make them appear to be white. So C1, and I'm just going to put these little strokes in there. I'm not even going to do the edges of it. I just want to put these little bitty strokes in here. Just like I did with the black, but this time I'm doing it with the really light gray. Trying not to pick up any of that dark, dark gray to pull out. There we go. Me too. I wish it would just stay one. Just pick one and I'll get used to it. I don't even care if it's the spring forward or the fall back. Just pick one and let's just stay there. So this is the C00, and I'm really just going to do this closest to the body just to blend that. I want to leave those little brush strokes showing out there. So I'm just going to do it really close to the wings. Okay. So that darkened them just a little bit. Well, you know, I was not going to do a background tonight, but I asked my husband to leave his phone over here so I could see what time it was to see how long it would take. But I think it would be really cool to put clouds around here and then a sky in the background, and that probably wouldn't take very long, so I'll just have to see what time it is when I finish this. So now I'm going to use the white gel pen and then this jelly roll. It's a clear. It's the clear one with all the sparkle in it. So when you color with it, you can see it sparkles. It's clear, so whatever color you put it over makes it sparkle. So I'm going to do the white first. Where's my scrap? There it is. Okay. And I'm just going to use this one for the little eye. So just want to put a little bit of a little dot. Yeah, I do too. Some daylight after work, yeah, I do too. Okay, so with this one, this is going to make it really sparkle. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go around this area without touching the black with the sparkly pen. So I'm kind of going right on that black line, and then I'm going to just do like the same thing I do with my brush strokes, but I'm going to do it with this pen. And it's going to make these wings sparkle. So we got sparkle tonight, girls. Sparkle, sparkle. Lots of sparkle on our little. Covering most of it, but not all of it. Keep those strokes, even with this pen, going in the direction of those wings. And then we have this really sparkly wings. So we have, it doesn't do it justice on the screen, but I think you guys get the idea. So now we have our little rainbow black Pegasus. Thank you. What time is it, hon? You took your phone.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
Okay. So the question is, do you guys want me to just go for it? And y'all are into backgrounds. Do you want me to just go for it and wing the background? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm not used to doing clouds, but I'm willing to try. The pens are really cool. I always do a background or make a card out of it, but not always on the same one. But if you guys are going to hang out, I'll have to pick the colors because I haven't picked colors yet. Okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm a little nervous, I ain't going to lie. But I'm going to try it anyway, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna start with some really, really, really light colors, and we can go darker if we want. But I think I want to put more like stormy clouds than like white, fluffy blue clouds. So I'm going to use. It's only paper. It is only paper, and what happens if it doesn't come out? We just cut the Pegasus out, and we're good, right? Okay, so here's my little test paper. I want to test this real quick. So I really want to use this W1, and I want to use this B91, which I think will go really well together, make it look a little stormy. And then I think I'm going to use this BG70. Well, maybe I want to use BG72. Let me try that. Maybe that'll look better. Yeah, BG72. And then I want to follow that up with a little bit of a blue sky. So softening that color out again after I use the darker one. I'm going to soften it with this blue. So we're going to use all 4 of those. A Nightmare Sword of Pegasus? I don't think so. I bet you could, though. I bet you could. Okay, so I'm going to start with the W1 so I can draw in a little bit the way that I want it, or that I hope it's going to go. So I'm going to do that first with W1. And then I'm going to start filling in with the other colors. So we're going to do some little poof clouds here. Want the clouds to be, you know, kind of like a whole lot of fluffy clouds. I want them to go all the way up here. We gotta make them, we're gonna have to make them look a little more like clouds and a little less like ground. So we're probably gonna have to do them like this. But we'll see. At least I got some outline of where I want it to be. And then the rest will be like sky-ish. Huh. Yeah, I would do that if I was, you know. You know how when you're in an airplane and you get above the clouds, it's so much brighter than it is when you're on the clouds, because sometimes the clouds are so much darker. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here now with my BG72. That's going to be the lining of my clouds. I think I want some of them to be a little bit more puffy. We'll see how it comes out. I don't know what you think. I don't know, I'm just throwing these in here. We'll see. Right now it just looks like a mess. Oh, in the dental field. Master. Okay, so I didn't use a whole lot of that one, but I'll probably come back to it, and I may have to add colors. B91 is next. This one I'm going to use a lot more of. But I want to leave some really light areas for those clouds. So some of the clouds will look really dark, and some of them will look really light. It's going to be a really fluffy cloud area. Some dark storm clouds, some light non-storm clouds. I should probably just use this. Drops phone on patient's face. Sometimes when I'm in the dentist office, that lady cleaning my teeth goes talking to me the whole time, and I'm like, oh, I can't speak back to you. I have no idea what this is going to look like when we get done. But we're making it very fluffy. Some are going to be darker, some are going to be lighter. Just doing our foundation first. Start small, build up. That's the way I do it. I'm going to blend that one together, make it look like a really big cloud. A little bit higher on one side than on the other. Filling in a little more. Just want to kind of get it dark around where the horse is, because he's over the clouds, flying above the clouds. I don't want any of my clouds to look like they have stiff edges, so yes, them's is. It's supposed to be rain clouds. That's what I want. Stormy night. They are rain clouds. And get some darks in the middle of that. Gotta lighten up that real deep blue I had in there. Just gonna keep playing with it till it's the way I like it. These rumbly, rolling clouds. He is a dark horse. That is correct. So really just throwing some lines out here. No rhyme or reason, just because I feel like it. And because we got to give him some clouds. Okay. We're going to stop. His name is Thunder. Yep. Very well could be. I think I'm going to throw in maybe that BG00. Do I have that up here? Oh, there's only a 000. Yep. So that one will be after this one. So I'm going to come in with this one. This is my B41. I'm going to kind of darken some of those edges up. Starting to smooth out that BG72 that was so dark. I'm liking it better. Exactly, Jamie. Really gonna put some of those deep, dark colors in there. I'm going to switch to this end. This is what you call rolling clouds right here. Gonna fill in a little bit of this for right now. Just kind of putting it in there sporadically because I don't want it to be all the same shade in between each one of these, because I think that'll be too like symmetrical. I need it to be a little different all over the place. I think I'm going to use my I want my W00. So W00. Kind of give it that stormy look. I will put some blue over top of this, but for now, I think if I put the gray underneath, then it'll give it that storm-ish look. That I want. Now this marker sounds like it's dry, but it's not, because I already filled it. It's a nails on the chalkboard sound tonight. Good night. Good night, good night. I know it's really late where my mom is, where Linda Lou is right now, so I didn't think she'd make it the whole time if we did a background too. Kind of blending these colors together. Okay. I also have BG000 here, and I'm going to put this on the whole thing. I might need a darker one. Yep, that's not going to be dark enough. Let's see, what's next in my BG wheelhouse? BG01. Let's try that one. That might be too bright, but we'll see. No, that might be pretty good. Now, you see how that has two-tone clouds now. That's what I was going for. I think this marker is making so much noise because it's I never use the chisel end of this. Just trying not to touch that black. I don't want to pull that black out into my clouds. It'll be too much. Starting to smooth out those fluffy clouds. I don't know that I've ever done this before. You know, I've tried clouds in a different way when they're in the sky, not when they're underneath the Pegasus. As long as this paper's wet, it's not going to leave those lines in there. Look at that. That's kind of pretty. If nothing else, that color is pretty. Look at that. Good night, Jamie. Are you going to bed? Or is that my mom going to bed? So many people have said good night, good night. I don't know who's saying good night, good night. Okay, I'm going to use my colorless blender real quick. I'm going to just lighten up a few little areas. Make it look like the clouds are a little bit layered. We'll do a little bit at a time and see how that goes. Kind of doing it on these little crests that I put in there. It's just kind of lightening up the color I put on there. Maybe some of these really light areas. Looks like some rumbling clouds going on there. Might have got a little bit too much there, but that's okay. This is one of those where you just do it till you're happy with it. You like it? I think I'm going to come back in with this B41 and hit the bottom of this page right here because I think I want to darken that under cloud just a little bit more. I lightened the other ones. I want to darken this one. Just a little bit. There we go. So I kind of like that. That's pretty nice. I might come in here with the B91 that I used earlier. And I don't want to outline all the areas, but I think I'm going to put just a little bit on a few of these to kind of show the breakups of the clouds. I think it'll be helpful. Really lightly doing it, not thick, not heavy-handed, but very, very lightly. Just kind of rounding out those, making them look a little more fluffy. Fun texture. Yeah, I like it. It looks like a lot of clouds. So now, if we're going to do the sky up here, I almost think that we need to do it with some colors in it. Some like, oh, I don't know. Let me think about it for 1 second. I think it needs to be brighter. So it needs to be more blue, less BG, more blue. So let's try our, no. That's not going to do it. Let's try this one. Okay, so let's try our B000. And let's just put it all over the outside. And then we'll go from there. So really light color. I really don't want to put too much of it down. I really don't want to touch the black of the horse, so I'm not getting all the way. I'm not going to use my sketch because I don't want to put a whole lot of ink down. I just want this to be like my lightly base coat here. Just going to make this really, really light. I'm not being real specific in between those. I don't want to touch that glittery because it's bad for the nib. You can't color over that once you put the glitter on there. This would be a cute birthday card, I think. Flipping it around again. Now this is not going to be smooth because I'm just putting a light coat on here. You gotta go carefully here because I don't want to touch those glitters. Putting in a few more streaks. I want it to look a little streaky right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to use the heck out of my colorless blender because I want to smooth out that color I put in there and lighten it up a little bit because that was the lightest blue that I could use. So I'll come back in while it's wet and go around the horse, but for now I want to just go around the whole thing as quickly as I can. Just to really wet that paper and move that blue around. I think I'm going to switch to my other colorless blender because I think it's more juicy. Yeah, there we go. That one probably needs a little more juice. I've been using it a lot lately. This one's definitely more juicy. And I don't even really have to go in closer on the horse. I think it looks good just leaving it like that. Maybe right here. Very, very light. I wanted it to be very, very light. And then I want to put a little bit of yellow in it. So this is the really, really light yellow. So let's use the white 000. I'm not going to go over it a whole lot because I don't really want to make it that green, but I definitely want to put some yellow in here. So I'm just kind of giving it that one stroke over it. It's so sunny when you're on an airplane and you get above the clouds. It's usually really bright. Woo, slippery little suckers. Okay, so gonna come back in with my colorless blender. Blend that all out again with the yellow in it. It's gonna give it a really pretty color. So you can really play with these, any colors really, in your sky. Jamie's done pinks and purples, but this one's just a really light, pale blue and yellow right now. And then I'm a photographer and I really like that vignette look, so I'm probably going to come in with a little bit of a darker blue around the outside of the card. I love using this colorless blender to blend these colors together. I love, love, love it. It gives it such a unique look. I know I didn't put much. There we go. So now we have a really splotchy looking, I kind of like it. Okay, let's see. I want to use now, I used B000. So now I'm going to use B00 to give me a little bit of a vignette. And if I need to, I will do it darker. But for now, so I got that yellow underneath. I got that yellow underneath there. So now it's going to give that appearance of sun rays, which I like. I hate it when it won't come on the paper, come across the edge of the paper. It drives me crazy. You like it? So then I'm going to come back with my B000 to smooth that out. I think I'll just stick with this for now. And you know what we're going to use to smooth that. I bet you can guess. Once we get this color on there, we're going to smooth it all out again with what? Colorless Blender. This time, instead of doing the whole thing, we're just going to do right here where they meet. Those two colors we just put. And you see that yellow shining through? I'll hold it up when I get done so you can really see it. This is making it lighter around the horse and darker around the outside. Just going to go along this line that we have right here. Give it a chance to smooth that out. Isn't that neat? Let me hold that up so you can see. You can see that there's some yellow mixed in there. Almost looks like watercolor wash. It's not as smooth, but we don't need it smooth. It's the sky. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now I'm going to use my white gel pen, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Yes, Colorless Blender, you were correct. So now I'm going to put just a little bit of this white over these clouds. There we go. Now it's flowing really well. Some above, some below. Just kind of giving it a little look, little different look. It probably doesn't want to do that straight line on there because it's wet still. Or maybe I'm not pushing hard enough. I'm not really sure. But I like that white gel pen in there. I think that's awesome. I'm going to give them just a little bit more detail with the white gel pen. I think that's helping a lot. Just kind of sporadically, but definitely making it look like storm clouds for sure. think that's better. It could also look a little bit like water, but I don't think the shape is enough for water. Hi, Ellen, you caught us. So here's what I want to do next. So now that we've colored this and it's super cute and we're pretty close to having it done, I'm going to take the stamp set that it comes with. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Yay, I'm so glad you like it. I love the yellow look in there. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so here's the stamp set. And I don't want to stamp the sentiment on there. Maybe I will. I definitely want it to say, look, how cute is that? You're made of stardust and magic. Maybe I'll put that down there. Let's set it there and see what we think. Oh, yeah. That's okay. You can always watch the replay. So, you are made of stardust and magic, which I really like right there. But this was the reason I pulled this stamp set out again. I don't know if you noticed, but in this set, there's these little stars, which I think will look really cute up here in the sky. So I'm just going to put a couple of them. And the good thing is you got several of them in the set, so you can put them wherever you want. And you have them with 2 on it and 1 on it. I'll put this little 1 right here. Let's see if I like that. I think it needs more on that side, and a little one on this side. They are sticking to my fingernails. I don't know, what do you think? Like this? Get off my hand. There's one more, so I might as well use them all, right? Why not? Why not? We'll put this one up here. So probably want to turn this one. Oh my gosh, these slippery little sticky suckers. There we go. Nope, I don't like that. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll just put these ones on there. We'll leave one off. Oops, I moved this. I don't want
that
this.
last one at the end of the sentiment.
What?
Put the last one.
Oh, that's a good idea. Switch the top 2? Okay. They're just little diamond shapes. Hubby says put this one down here. By the Stardust and Magic. Julie says switch these. Yeah, I do like that better. Nice. Right there?
Then that one in the back looks like it's part of Stardust.
Hey, stop your madness. How about that right there? Lower? Better? Alright, here we go. We can stamp on top of our image. So let me back out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Oops. If I can hold on to my ink. Oh my gosh. I almost dropped it on myself. Opened, which would be a disaster. I may have to stamp this more than once. I don't think I've stamped this one yet, so sometimes they don't stamp real solid like when you first do them. so pretty. It came out perfectly. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys love it too. I think we're going to put a little bit of color in the inside these little stars though. And I'll clean my stamps off after I'm done. Okay, let's just move that out of the way for now. Oh my gosh, isn't that sweet? And I think we should use the colors that we used in the little rainbow. So maybe a little bit of pink. Not coloring them in, but just, I think they'd look neat like that. Just put it, well, you guys can't really see that, but yeah, maybe we need a little more because we can't really see that. Maybe I will color it in. Hey, who knows? There we go. Now we have a little pink star, and then we'll make this one pink. Get us some different ones going on. Maybe one down here pink. And then we need some purple because, you know, purple's the best. Put some little purple one in here. Let's do this big one purple. This is going to bring out all the colors. It's going to be super great. Lots of purple because purple's my favorite. And we're going to do this green one, which is the G00. And even though this background appears to be slightly green, you still can see these markers showing up on there. Oh my gosh. This one is orange. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. But I do think that we should put a little bit of the sparkly color in the sparkles. So whatever color ink I put these over, that's what color it will sparkle. That's why I like it so much. So see now, this looks like a white gray sparkle, but look at the purple one. It looks like a purple sparkle. And that's why I like this pen, because it's clear and just puts the glitter over it, so it still will remain sparkly colors. I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys said, yeah, do the background, because I really like it, and I probably would have stressed about having to do it later. I think what I'll do is put a few little sparkles around here as well, in little groups of 3, just because that's the way I like to do them. And that'll look like there's some little stars sparkling in the sky. And there we go. You can't really tell those are sparkly, but they really are. It says you are made of stardust and magic. So I think we should go over this. Can they see me on the screen, honey? And now the word stardust will sparkle. See? Stardust and magic. I think it's perfect for this suite. Now, isn't this just the cutest stamp ever? I just love it. So the stamp set was called Stardust and Magic, and it has dies, and those are the stamps, and they're super cute, and look at how quick you can color that cute little frame. Oh, I'm so glad you guys told me to color it. I really like it. I hope you do too. Awesome. That's another project. Lots more new things to learn. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And tomorrow night I will have something new. Maybe something new to me too. Because clearly I've been doing lots of stuff I never do. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you here tomorrow night at the same time, same place. And I'll see you at Jamie's Live in the morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. Thanks again. Good night, you guys.